Welcome to another VOD review. Today we're reviewing a returning hero, DefectDoll. And DefectDoll is going to be playing the Zarya instead of the healing role. So we're going to see what happens. Good bubbles at the beginning to collect ult charge and like your energy charge thing. Very nice. Face checking, which is okay with Zarya because you have the shield. That's alright. That's alright. And then Doomfist comes late bubble on the Brigodo, but there was good thinking of trying to save her, so that's fine. This gets really messy. Good bubble on whoever that was, I can't see. Bridget, yeah, Bridget. Ends up almost saving her. I'm noticing you use your right clicks a lot. Like, it's not really necessary. Left click is just straight out better. But then sometimes in the amidst the fight, it's hard to land every left click shot. So you can use right clicks as well. That's understandable. So not much to say about the first point, except for try to use your left click a lot more in close range. I say, like in this game you have Rein, well you have a Widowmaker now, Rein, Widow, triple support, and then you. So then the priority would be, I say the priority is Rein. You want to bubble your Rein, especially when he's skirmishing, because when your Rein dies, like your Rein's your only frontline anchor. The rest of your team is a bunch of squishies. So always try to bubble Rein to save him, and then of course you know the next priority is supports if they're gonna die. This is a good bubble, which pretty much lets your Rein win the Rein duel. And I like this. This is a good move, like using your right click to pressure snipers. You have no one to combo grab with, which is concerning. However, if the cart moves up to the end of this bridge, you can grab one of the doors so they can't come out of it. Pretty strong. Which is what you do here. Even though you have no combo, they can't even touch. Like the people who touch are just Farah and like some other person. They're all staggered. It looks like you're focusing really hard on aiming, which is good. You're doing a pretty good job. But then also, once you get, or I should say, when you get used to aiming on Zarya and like using your gun, you should start to look around you more. Or you don't have to like physically move your crosshair over to your supports. Just try to be more aware of them, where they are. For Zarya, I suggest like working on one thing at a time. So working on your aim first, and mainly focusing on that. And after your aim is like good, or maybe not even good, maybe after you're just comfortable with using her gun, then look to increase your awareness. I feel that focusing on like one thing at a time, like aiming and then awareness, would be beneficial. And don't be afraid as Zarya to walk into the enemy team, especially when you have your personal barrier up. Although you're ranged, with your barrier and high charge, you are basically unstoppable. It's the second round. So one thing I want to talk about, well, first of all, like nothing really happened up until now, so there was just one bubble here. There's nothing really going on, and you shielded the Rein, and we're gonna see this really soon when our hero's bubble is gonna come back up. Well, I'd like to point out that was a good bubble. You want to use your personal bubble to try to collect energy, and then you want to use your what should I even call this? Your E bubble, or like your ally shield. You want to use your E to save your teammates from death. Basically, that's the general rule. And I think it would help. It would help you make better decisions by keeping that in mind. So we're just gonna wait a few seconds. As soon as our hero's E comes up, the Rein is shielded, even though nothing's happening. So let's say if the enemy team were to engage now, let's say if the enemy team had their own Zarya, if the enemy Rein were to charge in with a Zarya bubble, you would have nothing to save your Rein. Too much right clicking here. You could have, like, the beam is actually pretty long. It could have hit that Ana there. I think they might be able to do this. Kinda loss of focus there, but there is so much going on. That's fine. Priorities for Zarya during a fight. Well, first of all, the given is bubbling your Rein, and then saving your team. And then the other priority, equally as important, is focus whoever your team's focusing, and then focus their squishies. You don't want to dive into the very back line and focus their Ana, but in the middle of the fight, try to focus the squishiest person there, or the top priority. Let's say if your team's shooting the Rein already, shoot the Rein. But if your team's not really shooting at anyone, just shoot the squishy Reaper or something. So that pretty much concludes it. There's not much going on at the end of the game, but ow, I hit my knee on my table. So we're just gonna do a quick recap. First off, awareness. Awareness is really important. Try to be aware of the priorities of who you have to bubble on your team. So if you have a Rein, top priority is Rein. If you're running dive, top priority is probably your squishies, as well as your dive tanks. It depends. And then of course, before awareness, it's probably better to get good at your aim, so that you're not like taxed. At least I feel like if I'm not good at aiming and I have to keep up awareness, I either tunnel vision or I just have sloppy aim. So I would recommend working on your aim first, maybe in deathmatch or quick play, and then later on, once you get more comfortable, really focus on that awareness afterwards. Your personal shield is best used for collecting charge, and can be used to, it just enables you to dive and like run into the enemy team pretty much. Your E should be used to save your teammates, and then of course remember the priorities of who you have to bubble. Your ult is, did I say anything about the ult? It's just straightforward, just get big grabs. Sometimes it's, let's say if a Genji is ulting your team, sometimes it's better to solo grab the Genji so he doesn't like wipe out your team. Besides that, oh, there's one minor thing. It kind of relates into the bubbling your teammate thing, but I'm just gonna say it. So just bubble, don't bubble preemptively, only bubble when your teammate or you are taking damage. So if you're not taking damage, just don't bubble. And you don't want to bubble before a fight, unless it's a really good opportunity to get energy. So that concludes our VOD review of the Zarya. I'm not a Zarya specialist myself, so I am sure I missed a few things. But nevertheless, thank you for watching, and goodbye.